For that, we will have, to begin with, we will have Mr. Greg Hall, who is an incumbent, running for the Board of Assessors, which is a 3-year term. Next, we will ask Kevin Bowman, who is also an incumbent, who is running for a 3-year term on the Municipal Light Board. And then, excuse me, I'm going to have to look to see which, William Ramsey, sorry, is running for an uncontested seat for a 4-year term for the Planning Board. So, Greg, if you would like to start, we do have the timers who are sitting in our front row who will give you the cues as to when you are running out of time. And then I will ask you, if you get your stop card, please stop. You can finish your thought. I won't cut you off mid-sentence, but I will cut you off if you go too long. With that, Mr. Hall.
Thank you very much, and I appreciate the League of Women Voters giving me this opportunity to expound on my humble life. I am in my 50th year in the real estate profession, and I'm finishing my 24th year in the Board of Assessors. And the reason I'm running for a 9th one is because either I'm doing a heck of a job or else nobody wants the job, and I have a funny feeling it's me. But anyhow, welcome taxpayers. Most of you are primarily interested in fire, police, and education, which is 64% of your budget. And the only question in your mind is, how do you pay for that 60% of your budget? Well, you're now talking to a fellow taxpayer who is the moderator, who manages all your 8,390 parcels of taxable real estate in Hingham, which amount to $5,599,714,070. And of that, you produce $60 million in revenue every year, which is 75% of the revenue adopted by the town. And and also we are responsible for automobile and excise and boat excise taxes and personal property, which is another 4%. So the Assessor's Office and the board are responsible for around 78% of the revenue done by the town. We are your representative. You elect us, the board and the office, and I have a very well-trained crew, and we do everything we can for you, and you get one shot at us on January 1st every year to come in with abatements if you don't agree with our assessments. But since 1927, the budget has gone up 322%. The revenue, the value has gone up to 390%. So right now the tax rate is 15% lower than it was in 1987 when I came on the board. With that, I am very grateful for all of you. Thank you.
Good evening. I would first like to thank the League of Women Voters for putting on this event, and for you being the moderator, and also concerned citizens. So my name is Kevin Bowman. I've been a commissioner for the Hingham Light Department for 9 years, and I've been the chairman for 4 of those 9 years. And you may say, you know, what do you do with the Hingham Light Department? And you know, what we do is we advocate for you. So if you're in Weymouth or you're in Duxbury, you don't have anybody to advocate for you. And I'll give you an example. The canal plant down at the Cape Cod Canal was running. It was costing the ratepayers of Hingham $4.2 million over a 3-year period of time. You don't get any energy out of it. It just happened to be in the geographical area. So I've gone to Washington, I've gone to the DPU in Boston, and advocated for you, saying we're being charged for electricity that we don't get any use out of it at all, and it only helps the Cape out. And we successfully got that defeated, and we shut that plant down. But for a 3-year period of time, everybody in this room paid a total of $4.2 million over a 3-year period of time. So we successfully stopped that. So there's a lot that goes on. We have an energy program right now that mirrors the investor-owned utilities. Our rates are about a third less than our neighbors around us. We have a portfolio approach to our power supply. 13% of it is renewable energy, and we negotiated with the town, so we now have a formulated approach to our pilot payment, so they know where we're coming from. They know, we know where they're coming from, and it was the right thing to do. So, that's what happens. And nobody ever knows what happens, and it's just it's very enjoyable, it's great, and it's the gem of the town to have its own utility company. Thank you.
Mr. Ramsey.
I want to begin by thanking the league and for thanking all of the other candidates for running tonight. My name is Bill Ramsey. I live at 55 North Street with my wife Adrian and our new son Jack. And I'm running for the planning board because I thoroughly enjoy the municipal planning process. I've been an attorney for the last 11 years. I've been basically a prosecutor my entire career. I started out practicing law in the military where I prosecuted cases, court-martialed for the military. I served in both Iraq and Afghanistan. When I returned from Iraq, I taught law at the U.S. Military Academy at West Point for several years. I still teach there today as a member of the Army Reserves as a major. When I got out of the military, returned to Hingham, I worked in the Plymouth County District Attorney's Office for several years as the head of the narcotics unit in the Brockton District Court. And now, currently, I work for the U.S. Department of Homeland Security in Boston, where I do most of their criminal work. In terms of my civic background, I've served on a variety of different committees and been involved with a bunch of different groups in town. With respect to town planning, I've been an alternate on the planning board I've been alternate on the ZBA for several years. I was also on the zoning permit study committee in town, which studied the zoning permitting process and streamlined the process between the ZBA and the planning board. I also worked with the building commission to better the enforcement provisions of our town bylaw. So I'm running for the planning board because I hope that my professional background and that my civic experience in town planning can help me to make a difference in the town and to really accomplish the mission of balancing the importance of preserving the character of our town with the importance of the individual rights for one to develop their own property. So I thank you for allowing me to speak tonight.